Shalom, Israel. We're the ISUPK. We started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York City, under Commandant General Yohana, established in 1969. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. All Israelite groups are commanded to come to the 51st annual Passover and to come back to under the leadership of Commandant General Yohana. Again, all Israelite camps are ordered to come under Commandant General Yohana in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We teach the truth according to the Bible, like I said, since 1969. Today is February 10th, and we're in the middle of so-called Black History Month, man. So-called Black History Month is what all black people are hyped up about. You give them a month, and we forget about slavery. You give us a month, and we forget about the white. We forget about our oppressor being the devil that the Bible speaks of. You give us a month, and we forget about all of the lynchings and all of the rape and murder that these people have committed against us. You give us 1 month out of the year, and we forget all of those things, which is why I want to start off with this one scripture, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Again, it's supposed to be so-called Black History Month, a time where we're supposed to memorialize all of the black, our black ancestors or forefathers, however you want to call it, who did something, so-called did something in history that they should be remembered for. And black people have this month given to us by our oppressors to memorialize those people and what they fought for and what they was able to accomplish. But to be honest, in the UPK, we know that these people that they give us to celebrate for Black History Month are actually sellouts. They're sellouts, Uncle Toms, Kuna Matatas, man, some straight coons, man. You know what I mean? Like all the brothers that we and sisters that we should be memorializing are those who were trying to lead revolts, those who were trying to separate us from our oppressors, and not the ones who trying to integrate us with our oppressors. And why is that something important? It's important because our people for hundreds of years have been the target of all these other nations. Why is that? Because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, are the children of Israel. And we, and the God of Israel, of course, the God of the entire universe of all things, is our Father, you know what I mean? And because that, He favors us, and He gives us the inheritance, the covenants, the blessings, the service, His service, all of these great things that we have from the Most High, we have, and no other nation has that, you understand? When you read in Isaiah where it says, who pertaineth the adoption, who are Israelites to who pertaineth the adoption, the covenant, the promises, the giving of the law, the services of the Lord, like all of those things were given to Israelites, or the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? So, with that being said, all these other nations to God are nothing. And it says that in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54, that we are a special people, and all of these other nations are nothing. They're like spit on the ground. You know what I mean? So for the most part, in any matter, everything that's great on the face of the earth is great because of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So when we talk about black history or black accomplishments or black achievement, everything that is great is due to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. But they simplify everything down to a month and simplify everything down to a couple of Uncle Tom sellouts and act like these are the things, this is something that we should be happy about, or these are the, people that we should be memorializing, when absolutely, there's nothing about these people who are in favor of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Again, everything that we have on this earth, whether it's the light bulb, the computer, the cell phone, the stoplight, the automobile, we created those things. You understand? The scriptures also say we are the former of all things. When it says we are the former of all things, it means that we are the inventors or the creators or the pioneers, the engineers. It's us, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, who've created all of these things, man. All right, and you can also go online and put black inventions and you can see a whole line of inventions because our oppressor is such the devil that we create such great things, such mind-blowing, world-changing, just amazing creations, and they take our creations and they patent it and put their name on it and get all of the credit. So now, 20 years, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years later, we think that all black people contribute to Earth is, gang violence or drugs or, it's just all the terrible things, the bad things. We it's because of us, because of black people, we was able to, end racism or fight for civil rights and inclusion and, integration. But to be honest, if it wasn't for black people, there would be no New York. There would be no America. There would be no China. There would be no Egypt. None of those things would be great. The Great Wall of China, the pyramids, the Twin Towers, all of those things were created by our hands, and we get sold short because, of course, the oppressor that rules over us is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. So when we talk about black history, we're going to talk about real black history. This Bible right here is black history, man. This Bible right here is the history of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I mean? And not only it talks about, all of the things that we contribute being a form of all things, but it talks about how we are the mightiest people on the face of the earth, man. It talks about how we are the superior people on the face of the earth. So this is the real black history right here that they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know about Mattathias and Mattathias and his what's the best word for it? I don't know. I can't think of the best word for it. But Mattathias did not want to follow the king's commandments and eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster and live a sinful heathen lifestyle. Mattathias said he's not going to do that, and he led a whole entire revolt, so much so that for his people to be free from those foreign laws that supported homosexuality and supported all of this other evil, deviant things that our oppressors love and are the creators of. You know what I mean? So brothers like Mattathias, man, brothers like David, brothers like Moses, brothers like Nehemiah and Job, who were perfect men, black men, and most importantly, a brother named Jesus Christ, who you know as Jesus Christ, who we know as Yahweh Shah HaMashiach in ancient Hebrew, the greatest black man that ever walked this earth, man. You understand? The greatest people in history on the face of the earth are black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, man. So let's get into Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7, so we can get to the bottom of this whole Black History Month thing. You know what I mean? Black people all the time are won over by gifts, small things that are given to us that are there to help us I'm not going to say help, but that are given to us to try to redirect our attention from the real problem, all right? So Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7 says, "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad." Now this is a very key point in all of this that we're bringing out today. Oppression makes a wise man mad. Why does it say a wise man? Because someone who's wise knows what it means to truly be free. Alright? Knows what it means to truly be free, to truly be a nation, to truly be independent. They know what it means, man. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Bashim, shout all the sisters. Shalom, Yahweh Bashim, shout all the brothers. You got any questions or comments, put it in the comment section. We're going to get to it, alright? A wise man knows what it truly means to be free. In the UPK and the Commander General Yohana, we are wise and we know what it means to be free. When we got out of that captivity in Egypt under the Egyptians, we were truly free. You understand? Even though we were in the wilderness and we had to eat, bread and manna every day, all day, we were free. You understand? We didn't have to worry about our oppressors killing us down, shooting us down, telling us what to do. You know what I mean? Like it's a certain struggle that comes with being free, and a wise man knows that and knows what it means to be free and is ready to build a nation from the ground up, which is what you have to do when you're free. See, when you're a slave, you can easily go and take clock in somewhere You know, somebody gives you a job, somebody gives you a schedule, you come in, you clock in, you do what they say to do, and you collect the check. You know what I mean? Even in prison, you know what I mean, they provide you with 3 hots and a cot. You understand? Even in prison, they provide you. You don't have to do nothing at all. You get a place to sleep and food to eat. You know what I mean? That's absolute prison. You know what I mean? So what we trying to bring out today is a wise man knows that being up under another nation is not freedom, man. Having another people over you, that's not your own people, is not freedom at all. There's nothing free about being in America at all under our oppressor. There's nothing free about that, man. You understand? Like, it's nothing free about not having our own government, our own army, our own land, our own currency that has our people's faces on it. That's truly freedom, man. Freedom being free from foreign laws. Like I said, when Mattathias was approached by the officers of the king Antiochus, and they were telling him to follow the king's commandments, which today is no different, which at that time is no different to today with, you know, homosexuality. Like, 2 men can go to the courthouse today and become married, so-called married. You understand? You can go in some states today and get high off of marijuana. Like, all of those things are destroying blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. We free from those laws, and we able to come into our own laws, which is the laws of this Bible, that we can truly live. We can truly be healthy, man. This Bible is black history, man. These laws, statutes, commandments, these stories, these men, these women in here that it talks about are black people, man. All right? So let's get it. So surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. That's the important part right there. A gift destroyeth the heart. Like this whole month, what is it called? Black History Month is a gift that was given to us. You understand? Why was it? What is the strategy behind giving us this gift? So you don't have to really want what you deserve. So you don't have to think about what was taken from you. You understand? Your whole identity was taken from you, black man. Your whole heritage, your identity, your inventions and creations was all taken from you. And because our oppressor is such a devil, they created some system to be able to say, let's give them this whole month, or let's give them these rights. You know, all of those things that Martin Luther King fought for were nothing, man. Who gives a damn about rights in America, man? Who gives a damn about being able to sit on the front of the damn bus? Who gives a damn about being able to sit at our oppressors' tables at their restaurants? How about you give us our own bus line? How about we fight to have our own bus lines? How about we fight to keep our own restaurants alive and thriving? You understand? How about we fight for our own government? You see what I'm saying? That's truly something that will have us in a freer state. You understand? But, you know, we follow up Martin Luther King. You know, we follow up, Oprah Winfrey, Kanye West, like all of these people that we look at as our successors, as somebody that's supposed to be legendary and, you know, leaders and, you know, pioneers for black people pushing us through, have done nothing for us, man. And in most cases have led us astray, man. Like the brother on, what's the thing called Instagram, I have been led astray. This is beyond me. Like, we in America today have been led astray, man. Martin Luther King told us to go and join with our oppressors. And when we went to join with our oppressors and go into their restaurants and ride their buses, what happened? We lost all the opportunities to have our own bus line separate from them. You understand? And we already talked about what the benefits are of separating from these people, being segregated. But not only that, we also lost the economy that we already had. We already had businesses. We already had communities that were non-violent communities. Why? Because we didn't have hate towards each other, because we were so busy trying to protect each other from the person that really hates us, which is the oppressor that the Bible speaks of. All right. So nonetheless, we went to their businesses, followed Martin Luther King. We marched all the way from goddamn Selma, Mississippi, and Alabama. Marched all the way from Alabama all the way up through Georgia and South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, all the way to get to D.C. to go to the white man's table in his Oval Office and his monument and beg him for just please let us have some rights. Please love us. Can you please embrace us and look at us as equals? Meanwhile, we all the way up in Mississippi, all the way up in Washington, D.C., and our businesses back in Mississippi are not being ran. Our businesses back in Alabama are falling apart, and somebody else is entering into our businesses and looting and taking it over. Martin Luther King was detrimental, was diabolical in the development and growth of black people, man, Hispanics and Native Indians. You understand? So a gift destroyeth the heart. So we were given, like I said, Black History Month so that we don't have to think about all of the things that we really lost. So listen, let's give you Black History Month. You know what I mean? Like, I know you guys are ready to uproar and be in an uproar and tear down stuff. Here, here's rights. Take your rights. You understand? Here's some rights. Here, you can legally go get married now. Here, you can legally go and apply for a credit card or student loan or whatever the case may be. You know what? Don't burn the city down. Don't revolt. Don't do none of that here. We're gonna give you Black History Month. And all of that helped, and all of that did was make us forget about what we truly deserve, what we truly lost. You understand who we truly are. All right? So oppression makes a wise man mad, man. You have to be wise in these days to understand the tactics and the methods of our oppressor and how he destroys us, man. You understand? He destroys us by giving us these gifts, giving us these promotions and these jobs, and we get happy because we now general manager and we can do. But you don't understand the level of slavery that comes with you accepting those positions. Yeah, we want to increase our funds and increase our financial growth, but it's nothing to be proud of when you go into these jobs. A lot of us are become puffed up when we get these jobs, man, and we end up, hating and oppressing our own brothers and sisters, man. You know what I mean? But we're going to move past that. Like I said, Black History Month is a piece of garbage, man. It's a piece of garbage. Black History Month is still White History Month at the end of the day, because it's just a piece. It's just a piece of a year that you get to remember a piece of history that wasn't nothing good about it at all. Like I said, we win the UPK because of the Commander Jimmy Yohana in 1969 and the heads that started this school. We know true black history. We know the wars that we fought as black people and conquered our oppressors, ruled and defeated our oppressors, man. You know what I mean? Like when we came out of Egypt, the Lord destroyed the Egyptians for black people, man. When we came out of Greece, the Lord went and destroyed Greece, man, to be able to be an independent nation. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to talk about real black history today, man. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat checking in. All right, so let's get into it, man. Let's get into this real black history, man. All right, so we're going to go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. Let's everybody get to it. I'm going to try to pull out a bunch of scriptures today. I'm alone today. Brothers has got other official business to take care of. So I'm going to get through it. Ain't nothing new. You know what I mean? We've been doing this. It starts with one man. We built it. Got y'all brothers and sisters online. Tawada for having y'all in here, showing some support. Like and share the video so we can get this truth spread throughout the earth, man. So every ear can hear, man. All right? So Daniel chapter 7 verse 9 says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. So when this scripture talks about the Ancient of Days. Who is the Ancient of Days? The Ancient of Days means before time, basically, before days. And days was created by who? The Most High. So ultimately, this was talking about the Most High. Because the only person that was around before the earth and the days and the firmaments and the light to rule the day and the light to rule the night was created was the Most High and the angels. All right, so this is talking about the Ancient of Days, talking about the Most High, right? It says, whose garment was white as snow. All right? Now, anytime in the scripture where it talks about a garment, And it's saying he had on a garment, it was green, he had on an all-white garment or garment down to the foot. This is talking about warlike apparel that you see us in the UPK wear all the time. You know what I mean? Come to this Passover, 51st annual Passover. You're going to see all types of flavors of garments, man. I'm talking about warlike garments, spikes, shields, weapons, and, all of these different colors and textures and fabrics. And it's a beautiful event, and we wear these garments, and it's a beautiful thing. So when we talk about black history, we got to talk about that. You know what I mean? Our forefathers were men of war. All right? The Most High was a man of war. Christ was a man of war. David was definitely a man of war. He was after the Lord's own heart. And if the Lord or anybody commanded him to go kill, he would go kill, man. You know what I mean? And that's what it is to be. That's black history right there. You know what I mean? Warriors. When we think about black history today and we celebrate this month, who do we think about? Martin Luther King. Some old three-piece suit wearing, slick silver tongue, alligator shoes. I have a goddamn nightmare, so-called dream. And what does that do for our spirit? It just encourages us to be soft and homosexual and weak when we look up to Martin Luther King, man. Because now all we're going to do every day is have people like Dylan Storm Roof come up in our churches and our organizations, shoot us up, and we think about Martin Luther King and we forgive him every time. I don't know what it is, but something in me tells me I need to forgive him. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I know exactly what it is, sis. I know exactly what it is, brother. It's Christianity that's in you. You understand? It's Christianity, which is a homosexual spirit, which is a cowardly spirit, and it is not the spirit of the Lord, and it's not biblical at all. None of what Christianity is or stands for is biblical. All right? So Martin Luther King was not a man of God. A man of God is a man of war, man. You understand? When we think about men of war, like I said, we think about people like Dawud Malak Dawud, King David. You understand? Brothers like Mattathias and the Maccabees, those 7 brothers that died before they accepted eating pork. You know what I mean? Shrimp, crab, and lobster and sin against their God in heaven, man. Those are the men that we memorialize, that we remember, man. Those are the men. When we think about those men, it gives us the strength and the courage that we need to fight our demons, man. To truly fight our demons and to stand up against our oppressors and truly be men and truly be women, man, and be a nation nonetheless, man. Let me see, we got some comments on there. They want to keep us as slaves. We had our own sports leagues and towns, our own everything, and they teach the same sellouts every year for so-called Black History Month. Absolutely, Erskine. We had everything we ever needed. And if we even go back to 1921, which is what I love to do, I love to go back to 1921 when we were just, post-slavery, post-chattel slavery, when we was so-called set free. Black people didn't have nowhere to go. White people didn't want us around, so we went to where we can go, into some rural area where there was nothing around. And because of our oppressors not want to be integrated with us, we ultimately had to segregate, separate from them. We ended up going to a small town of Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma to be exact. Ended up investing, having a few brothers come together, investing into land, investing into, building, and what we had thus became Black Wall Street. You understand? One of the most successful economies in American history. You understand? Because we were in the time of Tulsa, Oklahoma, when we had to segregate. That made us come together and truly be brothers and sisters, and we were able to create an economy where $1 took a whole year to leave that community, man. We were able to create an economy where Black people's average salary was $500 a day. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is what happened. This is history right here. Black people had pilot's license and airplanes and all these businesses, and what the brothers bringing out is so heavy, man. Even when you talk about in the 50s and things like that, where we had to create our own leagues because of segregation. We had to create our own leagues. We had to create our own, that's why we were so profitable at that time, even during the time of Martin Luther King, because they didn't want us around them. So what do we have to do when the brother had to see a doctor? We had to have a brother be raised up, go to school to be a doctor, so we can have a doctor that loves us and cares about us. When we needed a lawyer, we had to have a brother or sister be raised up to be a lawyer. So we can have a lawyer that will represent us, who loves and cares about us. So essentially, being segregated, like I said in the beginning, being free, being separate from your oppressors, causes you to have to sustain your own nation, sustain your own economy. And that's what happened, man. We had our own businesses. We had our own lawyers, our own doctors, our own nurses, dentists, carpenters. You know what I mean? Because these other people who are our oppressor didn't want us coming to their hospitals. Am I wrong or am I right? Our oppressor didn't want us to come to their movie theaters. They didn't want us to come to their supermarkets or come to their stores, their restaurants. So we had to create our own restaurants. And we had all those things, man. And because of an Uncle Tom sellout Negro, you understand, wanting to lick the oppressor's butt crack juice so bad, convinced hundreds of thousands of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to march down the White House to do just that, man. And we left everything that we had built behind, man. Now look at what we have today. We own 1% of all of the 1% of all the wealth in America, man. 1% of the wealth, man. You see what I'm saying? So let's get back to it, man. I done got back off, man. You know how that can be. But nonetheless, Black history. We talking about the Most High, who is a black man. You understand? My brother Kazak Shapar said, I witnessed segregation. And that's what I'm saying. Brothers like that, give Kazak Shapar a hand, man, wherever you are, man. Give Kazak Shapar a hand. Brother coming in here, man, brother of age, been around in those times, and can tell you firsthand it was a lot better then than it is now. At least we had brotherhood then. You know what I mean? Now we don't have brotherhood. Brothers got all these jobs and millions of dollars and everything, but we have no brotherhood. Brothers got all of this riches and mansions and Lamborghinis, but we have no brotherhood. We have no ownership at all. You understand? Like, what does the scripture say? When it talks about Christ, you understand? We'll get into it. But nonetheless, when it talks about Christ being approached by the Syrophoenician woman, the Greek woman, right? She was a so-called white woman. She came to Christ, and Christ, she said, she wanted Christ to do a favor for her. Christ told her no, and she said Christ told her that it is not good to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs. So that's a part of Black history that we need to remember too. When Christ called that white woman a dog, you understand? And Facebook, you can blog me today. I'm going in today. Christ called her a dog. That is a part of Black history where we need to always remember. So we know when we walk out in these places, these people who are our oppressor, the way they treat us like dogs, we know who the real dogs on the face of the earth is, man. Christ told us so. Christ, a black man named Jesus Christ told us so, who the dogs are. You know what I mean? So, but Christ told her that, it's not good to take the children's bread, which is the children. He talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Hispanics, you know what I mean? Like our Israelite brothers and sisters. It's not good to take their bread or what's theirs and to cast it to dogs. Because that's how the Most High and every Israelite of our forefathers feels about these heathens. That's how they all feel about them. You should take a note from this Black history, and maybe we could be able to create a different atmosphere for our brothers and sisters today with this type of wisdom that we bringing out here in the UPK. All right, but nonetheless, told her that we don't take the children's bread casted to the dogs. What did she say? Well, yes, the dogs do eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table, right? Because that's how it's supposed to be, man. We are supposed to be on top, black man. Hispanics and Native Indians, you're supposed to be on top. You're supposed to be the ones over all these corporations. You're supposed to be the one over the government. You know what I mean? Like the government of the Most High, which is in the UPK. You know what I mean? Just to make that clear, the UPK is the government of the Lord. The UPK is the army of the Lord. We need to have our own government. We need to be head of this land. We need to be head of the earth, man. Rulers of the earth. And the time is going to come and soon come. All right? But nonetheless, They're supposed to be eating the crumbs that fall from our tables. We're supposed to be the ones that are running the corporations, making, $5.2 billion, while Tom makes $20 million, or Tom makes $20 an hour, $25 an hour. And yes, a $20 million sounds like a lot of money. $25 an hour, a brother or sister would probably, abandon their whole, their loved ones over $25 an hour. But that compared to what they're making over these corporations, with the head of the National Basketball Association, the head of the National Football League, the head of Walmart Corporation, they're making billions and trillions of dollars, man. What we're making is just crumbs, man. What Oprah Winfrey has is crumbs compared to what the network that she works on, compared to what they make. You understand? Kobe Bryant makes crumbs compared to what the heads of these coaches and these heads of these National Basketball Association, compared to what they make. That's the crumbs that fall. So, and essentially, we're supposed to be the ones that are making the big money, and they should be getting the crumbs. You know what I mean? The stuff that we kill each other for. The stuff that we hate on another brother for. The stuff that we fight one another for. Over crumbs, man. Over crumbs. Like we gotta reverse all of these things, and this is how we gonna do it, man. Through these teachings in this Bible, through these records right here, we're gonna reverse all that. Cause this is the book and the records that we've been missing, that's been taken from us, man. We've been taking this. These records have been taken from us, and what do we get? Black History Month, February. That's what we've been given. We've been taking these records, and what we've been getting? What we getting? Marijuana, a gun, drugs. Christmas, Thanksgiving. That's what we've been given, man. They took our records and they gave us something so weak and you can see right through it like glass, man. But this right here, man, these records is true Black history. And when we put this back in the place of Black History Month, we put this in place of those laws in this land, and we will reign superior on this earth, man. Goddamn Black History Month, it's going to be black supremacy out this mug. You understand? Black supremacy all together. The whole entire earth is going to bow down to a black man. You gotta give a damn about no Black History Month. So let's get back to the beginning of it all. The Ancient of Days, the Most High. You understand? A black man. What we about to bring out right now? It said he had a garment whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. You can see that. You probably can hear it in the mic. You hear that? That's the pure wool right there, man. Only a black man can have that hair like pure wool, man. You understand? We've been lied to when we was told that this is a white man's book. We was lied to, man. We was lied to. They told us this is a white man's book, but this month right here, February, is black people's. And they took the greatest thing that they could ever take from us in these records right here, man. They took the greatest thing they could ever take from us, man, because they knew. If we knew the truth about this Bible, while we was all illiterate when we was brought here in them slave ships and wasn't allowed to read, wasn't taught to read, if we would have been able to truly read, hence Nat Turner, then we would have really looked in here and seen the truth and say, you know what? This is a bunch of bullshit. Excuse my language, what they teaching me in these churches, man. What in the world? This says what? Has a pure wool. This picture of God, I've been seeing them been drawing all these times. This picture of Jesus Christ they've been drawing. Ain't none of them got woolly hair. Ain't none of them got the appearance of lightning. So that picture of Jesus Christ they got painted, he looked like he looking for a child to molest. That's what he looked like. He looked like he looking for somebody booty to get up in. A homosexual. But this man right here, This man right here had a garment down to the foot, warlike apparel. He said, I am a man of war. A warlike apparel on, had woolly hair, and it says his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire, man. Tell me that ain't no black man. Tell me that ain't no black man. A black man go to the store, he'll buy a $80,000 BMW and still put rims on it. Still put rims on it. Still put 12s in the trunk. Take the whole dashboard out. Put the whole audio system. Put it. You know what I mean? Like, we just do that. That's what we do. We can't just have wheels. We gotta have 26-inch wheels. We can't just have sound. We gotta have 12-inch 612s. That's what we do. You understand? We advance things. We mix it up. We give it flavor. And that's what this is right here, man. He said, it says his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. And then when we go down, right? So let's go down, let's go back, boom, boom, boom. So let's go, let's talk about the Most High. Let's go see about Yahweh Shah right now. Let's get Revelations chapter 1, verse 13 right quick. Revelations chapter 1, verse 13. I'm trying to tell you right now, we about to bring it out today, man. This real black history. What we got on here? Take our Bible and heritage back from heathens. Damn right, I seen a lot of elder men of Israel with white hair and their beards. Damn right. Because that white hair that it's talking about is just gray, what we call gray today. Gray hair. You understand? Well, like you said, the old heads, they got the gray beard and it's woolly. The white is the color and wool is the texture. All right? So let's get it right now. Let's get Yahweh Shah, who is Jesus Christ, so-called Jesus Christ. We talking about black history. Why? How we gonna forget? Why don't we celebrate? For Black History, why don't we commemorate Jesus Christ? Oh, because in America, Jesus Christ is a white man. Oh, when you go to church, Jesus Christ is a white man. What that got to do with Black history? Black history, all we got to do is Black history. We got Martin Luther King. We got Jesse Jackson. We got Farrakhan, Malcolm X. That's what we got for Black history. Nah, man. You can celebrate them all you want to. Enjoy yourself, matter of fact. But here in the UPK under Commander General Yohana, we gonna honor this man right here, this black man right here. You understand? Our king, a black man from the tribe of Judah named Jesus Christ, or Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, man. All right, Revelation chapter 1 verse 13 says, let's go to 1 and 1 right quick. Revelation chapter 1 verse 1. Revelation chapter 1 verse 1 says, the revelation of Jesus Christ. All right? Revelation of Jesus Christ. So what does revelation mean? Revelation means to reveal. All right? That's why it's a lot of prophecies and revelations, because these are things that are going to be revealed. All right? So Revelations says what we're about to reveal right now is Jesus Christ. So let's drop down to 13, where it gets into the description of Jesus Christ, right? And it says, 13, Revelations 1 and 13 says, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot. Again, when you talk about black history, you cannot forget those warlike apparel, man. You can't forget that warlike apparel. And now, not only that, if you go in the scriptures, when you go in, what is it? I think it's in Hebrews. Numbers chapter 15, verse 38, where it says, speak unto the children of Israel, meaning who? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Says, speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations. We're talking about history here, black history that should be remembered throughout our generations pertaining to our dress attire, our garment attire, what we should wear on our garments. This is black history that we're talking about. But because this Bible was taken from us, what were we given? Skinny jeans. They took this Bible from us, this real black history, and gave us what? Rompers. Black men, 6'2", walking around with rompers on. You know what I mean? Leggings and mesh t-shirts and above the knee shorts. You see these ball players and how they be dressing? That's because they don't have this right here, man. They don't have this right here. You see RuPaul, you see Pharrell, Young Thug, all of them, them our successes that dress like women, our men that dress like women, our women that dress like men. That's because they don't have this right here. They don't have real black history. They took the black history from us, gave us Martin Luther King Day. They gave us Black History Month. They gave us everything we asked for. I want a new car. I want to, and we gotta level up, black man. You understand? We need more than Black History Month. We need more than a day for a black man. We need more than a car and this is an old saying. It was back in a rap song. I can't remember the exact how the flow went, but he was like, brothers is taking that slave bill for a whip and a chain, right? A whip, which we speak in Ebonics because we black in slang, which is biblical. We speak in slang, we call a whip a car. That's what we call a car, a whip. And a chain is of course they call a necklace, we call a chain. All right, so he said you take that slave deal for a whip and a chain. Like our brothers and sisters will accept something so weak like a chain or a car or a house, and they will compromise their integrity, man. They'll compromise their integrity, they'll compromise their masculinity, compromise their dignity and all of those things, and which is a slave thing to do. All for what? For a new house, for a new car, for a promotion at work, for a raise, for, Christmas gifts, for a Valentine's Day card, and what happens is throughout our generations, we raise up generations of homosexuals, drug addicts, because we're doing something that is against the laws of God and something that the Lord is angry about and he punishes us for, man. All right, so we talking about real black history, man. So like I said, when we talking about these brothers, the Most High, Yahweh, when we talk about so-called Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and their attire, this all biblical. This all black history, man. Like I said, it says in Numbers 15:38, speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And that's what you see all day in the UPK, man. We follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. We honor our forefathers. We truly are in the spirit of black history. You understand? The spirit of our forefathers, man. So let's get back to it. Talking about Yahweh Shah. All right, verse 13, Revelations 1 and 13. If I'm going too fast, y'all let me know, man. I got a lot of scriptures. I'm alone today. I got y'all with me. I don't got a class in here, but I got y'all online. Y'all got any questions, comments? I'm going to read them as much as I can. The brother Erskine said Esau is the dogs, the whole nation. Damn right. Kazak Shapar said we were better off until Martin Luther King came with his garbage. Absolutely. I'll give that brother a hand. You understand? If we're going to talk about black history, let's not even talk about Martin Luther King, because he did a terrible thing for black people. He integrated us to our oppressors. He integrated us to our enemies, man. And now we have nothing at all. While he's dead because our oppressor, who he wanted to love so bad, shot him in his goddamn head, man. When we going to learn, man? Listening to these Christian pastors. These Christian pastors need to come out of those pulpits and turn the congregation of the Lord and to turn his congregation and his keys to that mega church over to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. All right? So verse 13, Revelations 1 and 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. Of course, when it talks about the Son of Man, it's talking about Christ in most cases. Clothed with a garment down to the foot. You understand? Again, it's the garment down to the foot. And it says, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. Again. Alright? We ain't even get to the meat part yet. We ain't even get to the meat, but this talking about this man, you understand, he got on a garment down to the foot, right? With a girdle by the paps with a golden girdle. Like, they got all different type of material out here, man. They got leather, they got, mink, or no, what's the thing called? Not mink, suede. They got y'all know all these expensive fabrics and stuff, man. I ain't gotta go down a list, but he couldn't have that, man. He couldn't have a bronze belt, a silver belt. He had a golden girdle, man. Come on, man. Like you know the vibes. Come on, man. You know the vibes. Black man is the one known for putting gold in everything. Gold in his teeth, gold in his watch, gold in his neck. You know what I mean? I done seen sisters get the tongue rings with the gold. You know, like it's just gold. Gold. You know, like we put gold on everything, man. We can't just have it regular because we're not regular people. The Lord said we are the salt of the earth, meaning what? We give this place flavor. We are the salt of the earth. We give it flavor here, man. Wouldn't be no fashion industry without us. Wouldn't be no beauty industry without us. Wouldn't be no industry at all without us. Wouldn't be no coliseums, because there ain't no coliseum, no big coliseum being made to come see some oppressors run up and down the court dribbling, doing layups all day with that music there. You know, that old basketball music where they just fall on the ground, try to do some and one stuff. Like, come on, man. Nobody want to see that. They trying to see brothers coming back with the tearing down the rim, 360 from the free throw line, touchdown passes, throwing them bomb Hail Marys. That's what they building big coliseums for, because everybody and their mama and daddy is coming to see that. Nobody coming to see Larry Bird. Nobody coming to see Steve Nash. They coming to see Kobe Bryant. They coming to see Michael Jordan. They coming to see what's his brother name, man? Fly brother, man. Showtime. What's his name? Showtime. Deion Sanders. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we coming to see, man. We coming to see Showtime. You understand? Like, let's get it correct, man. Black history is everything, man. Everything is Black history, man. But she said, Slagia, Erskine Littleton, can you teach about Jonathan in the next class, sir, for Black History Month? Yeah, Khan, just be more specific, kind of give me like a book, chapter, or a verse, or a section specifically, and I definitely get into it, doc. It ain't no sweat. We can do it all day. Black History Month, we got what's it called? Valentine's Day coming up this Friday. I just did the class on Valentine's Day. It's still a little bit more I can get into. So we can do it, man. We got other priests and officers that come up in here and sit at this table. And Prime Time, that's his name, Prime Time. We coming to see Prime Time, man. So, but we got other brothers that's gonna be in here, holding it down, teaching powerful classes. So, you let us know, man. We'll bring it out, man. We're gonna get it to you, man. We're gonna have fun with these classes, and we teach you some real history, man. All right. The truth according to the Bible. Again, all camps are commanded to come under Commander General Yohana. All camps are ordered to come under Commander General Yohana, man. All right? We need to build this nation, get it back together again under the leadership where it was left off to. All right? Let's get it. One body. One speaker, all speaking one thing. All right? So we talk about Black history. This is Black history. The UPK is Black history. You understand? 1969, the ISUPK was erected in the earth, the kingdom of heaven, and it still stands today, and is under the leadership of Commanding General Yohana today, and all brothers and sisters that are in these camps or call themselves an Israelite need to come under this UPK banner, man. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so Christ, verse 14. So we read out the golden girdle, right? So now verse 14 says, his head and his hairs were white like wool. Again, white is the color, and then wool is the texture, right? Woolly hair. Like I said, you can hear. Y'all probably like, damn, y'all probably ears about to bust, you know what I mean? It's scruffy, you know what I mean? But that's wool right there, right? All right, so white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes was a flame of fire. Because just like any black man, we sip that wine and we sip that strong drink. And, really don't matter how much wine you drink or how much strong drink you drink. You know what I mean? It's going to turn the white of your eyes red. All right? The first miracle the man did was turn water into wine, man. I mean, it that don't say a black man to you, then I don't know what does. You know what I mean? Like we trying to have a good time. Like we like, and that's what they said. They came and they said we out of this, and Christ said no sweat. Turn the water into wine. We was partying. You know what I mean? Like, let's get it. That's what black people want to do. That's why you see the Issacharites, the Simeonites, the Ephraimites, who are the so-called Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans. What do you see us doing all the time? Coronas, drinking, music, dancing with you know what I mean? Doing the dances. But that's what we do, man. We party, we have fun, man. We are peaceful people, and that's the truth. Like all of these wars that we fought in America, World War I, World War II, this war, that war, Civil War, and what did we get? Nothing besides hate and besides bloodshed, murder, rape. Because at the end of the day, we really are not that people. We really just want to be, inclusive and just have a good time. We just want to be left alone and chill. But black man, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are the greatest people on the face of the earth. And as soon as you decide to separate from these oppressors, you'll have everything that you want. You have all the freedom that you need, every resource, all the authority, everything, man. You have it all, man. You have it all back. We can party every day, like it's 1999. All right, let's get it. All right, so let's see. Okay, verse 14. We got it. So his eyes was as a flame of fire. Okay, verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass. There it is, right there. Black History Month, right there. This the part where they cue the fireworks, and, set it off, and we get it popping in here. Bring out the drinks. You know what I mean? The greatest man to ever walk the earth had what? Skin like fine brass, just like my skin right here. Fine brass, man. A black man. That's something to be proud of, man. That's somebody to memorialize. A man that turned water into wine. I want to remember him. A man that called our oppressor a dog. I want to remember him. Let's remember him. You understand? This man was performing miracles, was an austere black man, a man of war, and said he had the appearance of lightning, and he cared about his people and his people only, man. That's a true revolutionary right there. A true revolutionary, man. Oh, damn Martin Luther King, man. To throw Martin Luther King and his whole legacy in a garbage can where it belongs. Like the brother Kazak said, till Martin Luther King came around with his garbage. Throw it in the garbage, man. Christ had feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace. You understand? That means he was not only a black man, but he was a dark man. Dark. That's the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You know what I mean? If it's white, it ain't right. Let's get it. Okay? So let's drop that, because I see the time creeping up. Let's get down to Daniel chapter 10, verse 5. Daniel chapter 10, verse 5. Let's get it. Black History Month. Shouts out to all of these brothers in this Bible, man. Shouts out to all these sisters. Esther, man. Ruth. Sarah. Jael. You know, like Abigail. Let's talk about those people in Black history, man. That fought for black people. That served black people. That only loved black people. Hispanics and Native Indians, man. That's where I want to give my time and my love to. I want to give it to them, man. You know what I mean? It's because of them, but it's because of these people in this Bible, you understand, and the Most High, of course, that I was able to put the drugs down. It's because of these people I was able to put the drugs down, stop gang banging, whoring out my sisters, selling drugs. I was able to stop, hating my brother, stop, I was able to become a better brother, better father. It's because of these people in this Bible right here, man. That's true black leaders, man. True black leaders. Martin Luther King is the reason why we strung out on drugs today. while we selling drugs, while we committing crimes because we ain't got no damn jobs. We don't own no businesses. We loving our oppressor, and our oppressor loves drugs. We loving our oppressor, and our oppressor loves homosexuality. We loving our oppressor, and our oppressor hates black people, man. So what is that? What does that mean? We hate black people because our oppressor that we love so much because of Martin Luther King hates black people, man. Sister says something. Is it unlawful to allow my children to participate in Valentine's dances, Valentine's card exchanges, Black History Month programs? Sis, you don't want your kids, unless you want your kids growing up to be, whores and drug addicts. You want to keep them far away from those festivities, man. Keep them as best as you can. Keep them away from those festivities. The celebration of those, the participation and celebration of those days are definitely unlawful. Why? Because the Lord says, I hate and despise your feast days. It says, envy not thou oppressor and choose none of his ways. You understand? Because the traditions of man are vain. They mean nothing. Valentine's Day is the worship of Lupercalia, which is a she-wolf. You understand? Lupercalia, which is a she-wolf. And during the time of the original celebration, they would take in lamb skin, dipping in lamb skin and dog's dipping the lamb skin in dog's blood and going around the town and smacking the women with dog's blood, with dog blood drenched goat skin, just smacking sisters and smacking everybody. And they would have all of the sisters put their names inside of a hat or inside of a urn, I think it's called. Something that's just a big pot. They put the names in, the sisters' names, and the brothers would come by. The men, when I say brothers, I mean men, because they were not black people. These were Greeks and Romans. That's what they were, as Romans. The Romans came up with this. So they would take take one of the names out of the pot, one of the sisters' name. They would look at it, and whoever sister they got, that would be the sister that they would be with for the rest of the year. Not for the rest of their life, but for the rest of the year. Of course, until next Valentine's Day comes up. And that's why you see a lot of time brothers and sisters get together with these men and women. And brothers sometimes have, and it's always mostly the women. Women are some of these women are absolutely stupid. You know what I mean? So much so that when Valentine's Day come around, brothers is shaking in their boots. Shaking in their boots because their wife is so stupid that they know that she's a possibility. She's going to go to work, and because she's dealing with you and y'all are married and y'all have real life problems, and y'all dealing with each other. Life is real. You argue sometimes, you fight, you give up, you make up, you come back together. He fears that Valentine's Day you're going to go to work and Jerome is going to be there. Jerome going to have a flower for you, and he going to have it on your desk laid out with the card next to it. And she gonna read it and be like, oh, and because she knows that she's been arguing with you all week, she's gonna say Jerome loves her. Jerome loves me. See, Jerome knows a woman, and that's what he fears. That's what he fears every year. You know what I mean? And many relationships break up every year for Valentine's Day. It's what it's about. Valentine's Day is not about love. They teach us that in school when we're kids. So when we grow up, we it's no different than believing in Santa Claus. To think that somebody giving you a rose or a gift or a heart or chocolates means that they love you. That's not what real love is, and that's why a lot of relationships fail. All right, real love is what's in this Bible. You understand? These laws, statutes, and commandments. If you love your wife, you'll never leave her. If you love your husband, you'll never leave him. You know what I mean? If you love him, then you wouldn't talk behind his back. You wouldn't lie to him. You wouldn't fight him. Same vice versa. You know what I mean? That's what love is. These laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. I'm glad my wife don't celebrate nor care about Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Most High in Christ are. Your woman is not stupid, and Most High in Christ to that. Because, like I said, these women are so gullible. The first man that sent them the heart face emoji and the flower emoji, or put the flowers on her desk. Jerome, you know what I mean? Marquise got the bear that's made out of roses. Ooh wee. Marquise got the bear that's made out of roses, and yeah, Marquise definitely loves me. He definitely loves me. You understand? But my man, all he want to do is argue. All he want to do is this, and that's messed up, man. You know what I mean? So sis, again, celebrating these holidays comes with a spirit, and it's a spirit that's going to tear you apart, tear your family apart, cause us to be destroyed, man. So keep your kids far away from these holidays and the celebrations of it. The water. All right, moving along. You understand? You want to celebrate something, so we talk about Black history, let's celebrate the Passover, real Black history. Let's celebrate High Hanukkah, real Black history. Let's celebrate Purim, you know what I mean? The celebration or the remembering what Esther did for her nation, man. What Esther did for her nation, a sister, man, who had courage, that did what she had to do, you know what I mean, for her nation. Let's celebrate that. We want to talk about Black history. We got our own holy days. You understand? As a job of a mother and a father of our kids in this generation, it is our duty to program our kids when they come home from school. Because when they go to school, they're going to be taught, love and hearts and candies and flowers and love. And we got to tell them what real love is when they get home. We got to tell them what real love is. You know what I mean? We got to tell them that that's garbage, what they're teaching in there. You have your own holy days. I tell my son that all the time. My son go to school, and his teachers ask him, why are you not celebrating with us? Why you don't celebrate Christmas? You know what he tell them? Because I have my own holidays. And Most High in Christ, man. Get a young man a hand, man. Train up a child in the way that he should go, man. So, sis, that's the answer to your question. Train up a child in the way he should go. Have him in class with you when we in class right now. We in class right now, have him with you. If they have any questions, let them ask their questions. Ask it for them. You know what I mean? Have them in here learning and soaking up this right here. History, when we have these holy days, come out here, sis, to the holy days. Bring a dish with you. You don't have to bring nothing at all. We're going to have food. We're going to have brotherhood, sisterhood. We're going to break down these scriptures about the days that we're celebrating on the day that it is, and they can truly learn something about their history. All right? Something that's actually going to be specific and beneficial to them. Okay? All right, let's get back into it. Daniel chapter 10, verse 5 says, then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins was girded with the fine gold of Uphaz. I'm talking about, this is not on, how they got like the different golds? Like this is the fine gold, man. It says the fine gold of Uphaz. Like, how they got like 10 carat, 12, 14, 16. Like this is up there carats. You know what I mean? This is carats. You know what I mean? Am I making myself clear? Because this is a black man who was in authority, who can get whatever he wanted, and he decided, I wanted the fine gold of Uphaz to gird my loins with, and I don't blame him. That was a wise choice. You know what I mean? The man has good taste. It's a black man. All right? Now, let's get to verse 6. Verse 6 says, his body, really mean his arms, right, and his legs and everything else, was like the burrow, all right, and his face, and his face as the appearance of lightning. What does that mean? His face was that appearance of lightning. What does that mean? I'm talking about a black man. It should make sense to you, but if not, I'm gonna break it down, okay? When it says that Christ had this is talking about Christ. When it says he had the appearance of lightning, what is it talking about? Let's think about lightning for instance. What is lightning? Lightning is a strike of electricity, a bolt of electricity. All right? Most of the time when people see lightning, what do? They get scared. They jump when lightning strikes. Pow! Oh, shoot. That's what it means to have the appearance of lightning. Meaning Christ, when you looked at him, you was like, oh, whoo, good night. You understand? Whoo, that's a warrior. That's a man. When you see brothers like Martin Luther King, what you gonna do? Get out of here. Move out the way. Mush this man out the way. Cause he all soft and stuff, man. 3-piece suit. Crying about he having a dream and wanting to love everybody's oppressor. You know what I mean? This wasn't that type of man. That's not a man of God. That's not a warrior. But this right here is a warrior. This is a man of God. This is a true man of God. And it says he had the appearance of lightning, meaning you seen him, he was like, oh man. And to be honest, a black man, in his actual spirit, his true spirit, meaning the way he dresses, his masculinity, and puts fear in our oppressors' hearts, man. It puts fear in their minds, man. Like when they see a black man, when they say they shoot at us and shoot us, when them cops pull us over, it's because they fear you, man. They like, oh my God, if he gets one hit on me, he might kill me. Let me shoot him down and kill him. But of course, most of them are just racist pigs who just wants to see another black man dead, and they'll shoot you in the back while you running off from them because you know that he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. But anywho, like we bringing out right now, it said that this man had the face as the appearance of lightning, man. All right. And Shaw said, especially when the lightning strikes right near, loud and on point. Damn right, when that shit, bah! You like, oh. You see it all the time, brother. You about to jump out of your skin. That's what kind of man Christ was. That's what kind of man David was. The kind of man Nehemiah was. Nehemiah told him that he was gonna put hands on them. You know, we talk like that today. You don't want these hands. Do we not say that? Do we not say you don't want these hands? Like you keep on, I'm gonna have to let you get these hands. I'm gonna have to put the paws on you. That's what Nehemiah said. He said, if you do it again, I'm going to lay hands on you. That's his exact words. Like he said, Nehemiah said this. This was a man whose appearance was like lightning. A man who had courage, who was not a coward. And that's why in the UPK we follow this black history. And we don't want anything but cowards in the UPK, man. All right? Most High Christ to that. All right? Let's see. Okay, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color. They say color ain't in the Bible, right? Color ain't in the Bible. Or what else they say? Color don't matter. Those are all lies. Color is in the Bible, and obviously color does matter, because the only people I see getting shot down by police officers are black people. The only people I see that are being aborting their babies by the tune of almost 500,000 are black people. The people that I see number one in AIDS are black people. The people that I see that are mostly in the jail cells are black people. So how color does not matter? If color don't matter, why every time I see Jesus Christ, he a white boy? If color don't matter. Color does matter, and color is in the Bible. We're about to tell you about a specific color right now. You ready for it? It says, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass. Good night, man. Ooh wee, boy. You know that skin, they say black don't crack, man, and they ain't never lie. Black don't crack is a beautiful thing, man. This black skin, man, something that we often slept on because what? Because this has been taken from us, and we was given Christianity. Yeah, Christianity. Here's a few scriptures from the Bible that I put together to enslave black people. Here's a few scriptures I put together so that black people will never feel good about being black, and that they will always have worship white people. Here's a few scriptures that I put together. Put the Bible over here, take a few scriptures out, put it over here, give it to you so you can be able to be submissive to white society, obey white society. Ultimately, white supremacy. You understand? They took away black supremacy and gave us white supremacy, which is Christianity, man. All right? Garbage. Martin Luther King was white supremacy, man. Can't tell? Everything he did to be able to do what? To make the white man proud? To make himself feel included? Come on, man. You got to do better, man. You got to do better. All right? Okay. All right, so find, like it said, in color, which is color is written right here in the Bible. It says, in color to polished brass. And again, just to go a little bit further, because we talking about black history, right? We talking about black history, right? All right, Most High in Christ. And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. Tell me that ain't black people all day. You can hear a brother conversation all the way. You on one train, one train car. You can hear a brother conversation on the next train car over there. Brothers in the back of the bus, you hear their old conversation. They're all in the back of the bus. Got the voice of a damn multitude back there talking about what he gonna do when he get home, and he better have that chicken cooked and everything else, man. Better have that chicken fried by the time he get home. You understand? And the sisters, same thing too. The sisters too. Yeah, you know what she did, Sharkeisha, and this and that. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, this and that. Bye bye. The voice of the multitude, man. Black people speak very loudly, and that's just a black thing. It's black history. Just throw that in there too. Black history. Boom. Throw it in there. Loud mouths. Very loud and aggressive. We talk loud. You can hear us whole conversation on the phone. We can hear it all the time. You understand? And when it come down to that tie and that fire, laying that rod down, what do they say? But the neighbors know my name, right? The neighbors know my name. You understand? Because this is just a black thing. You understand? You wouldn't understand it's a black thing. Okay? Let's go ahead and move forward, man. I got to cut up a little bit. Just a little bit you got to cut up. You know what I mean? Let's get Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 5. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 5, right quick, man. Hey, look, again, shout out to everybody that's in the class, man. Like and share the video. Let's get this truth out there. Feel free to comment, ask any questions. We in here together, man. This is real black history today. We're going to show you real black history. Black supremacy. Brought to you by the King James Version Bible. Let's get it. So Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 5. Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 5 says, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. Hit the part. This the part in the Christian church where it gets spooky. This where it gets spooky at in the Christian church. They like 4 living creatures. Ooh, this is talking about, a goblin. This is a mythical creature, and it's, this and this that. No, you don't know what this is, do you? Huh? Just say you don't know what it is, man. Come on, man. There's no such thing as a talking snake. Christian? How Christian of you to talk about a talking snake? How Christian of you? That's the new thing for this year, man. We're going to tell them how Christian of you. When they say something Christian or unbrotherly, how Christian of you. When they talk about Martin Luther King and talk about celebrating Martin Luther King, how Christian of you. All right, let's see. All right, let's get it. So it says, Ezekiel 1 and 5, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. All right, so they had the likeness of a man, right? Right. So so we talking about a specific creature that had the likeness of a man. All right. So let's go to the next verse, verse 6. And everyone had 4 faces. So we got 4 creatures that have 4 different faces apiece. And everyone had 4 wings. All right. Everyone had 4 wings. Verse 7. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. Hold on, we're going to hold it right there. We're going to slow it down. Again, this is the part, like I said, when we talk about all of these things, 4 faces and 4 wings, and the Christian church turns into the haunted house. But this right here is black history. Simply just black history. What this is describing right now for us is the angels. This is describing the angels. And I know it sounds crazy to some, because why? Because we thought that the angels was these benevolent, humble beings that were just floating, upside down, like they doing a backstroke in the air with little tiny rods. With little tiny wings and, fair-skinned. No. 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 That's not what the angels look like. The angels were monsters. They look like monsters. They got 4 wings and 4 faces. And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. This is not no humble little naked white baby that's just floating around and, whoever wants some love, he got it to give. No, man. These are the angels of the Lord, man. These are the angels of the Lord. And they fall under black history too. We're going to show you why right now. Because it says, continuing verse 7, it says, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Everybody understands that, right? Christ, the Most High, had skin like brass, that like it burned in the furnace. Christ had skin like brass that was dark. The angels had skin like brass that was dark. These are all black people and black beings, man. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? That's what the scripture said in Romans. Who turned the truth of God into the lie? Who did it? We'll tell you who did it. The devil did. The oppressor. Our oppressor did it. The devil that the Bible speaks of, he did it. He changed the truth of God into a lie, got us thinking that this is a white man's book and that we need to go be Muslims or something. We got to go be everything besides whatever this Bible entails, because this is a white man's book. The white man is the real Jews. They're the real Jews. This is white man's book. God loves everybody. They a damn lie, man. That's not nothing in this Bible. It says the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. It's talking about the white man in here. You understand? It's talking about loving everybody. It's talking about everybody of these people, everybody of Israel. You understand? That's what it's talking about. Everywhere you look, it's a picture of Caesar Borgia painted as Jesus Christ. They changed the truth of God into a lie. What the scriptures even tell us, it says they are estranged from the womb. As soon as they be born, they come out telling lies. They're telling lies from the womb, man. What does it also say? That the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They cover up the faces of the judges thereof. What does it mean to cover up the faces of the judges? Meaning all of these black prophets that are in this Bible were painted as white people. Now we think that they're white people. They cover up the faces of the judges thereof, and that's the true definition of deception, man. And that's what the word devil means. It means deceiver, deception. We've been deceived, black man, Hispanics and Native Indians. We've been deceived to thinking that this is no more than a white history or some mythical, fairy tale, fictional story, man. Damn right. Says, get a sister Parag a hand, man. I gotta have a censored version because I ain't trying to get flagged. We got classes to hold tomorrow, the next day after that. We don't want to put our Facebook page down and our YouTube down. But Sister Parag said it perfectly. You understand who the devil is, who the deceiver is in the earth. What does the scripture also say? When they tell a lie, they tell it of themselves. When they tell a lie, they tell it of themselves. So what does that mean? So when they say, Christ is not black, that's a lie. But when they tell it of themselves, meaning what? This is what Christ looks like. Who does he look like? Does he look like Kim Jong-un? Does he look like Omar Gaddafi? Does he look like Osama bin Laden? No, he looks like Vladimir Putin. That's what he looks like. He looks like Bill Clinton. He looks like Caesar Borgia. He looks like what's his name that's in the chair right now? Donald Trump. That's what he looks like. So when they tell a lie, they tell it of themselves. Christ is not painted like nobody else besides an oppressor everywhere you look, when he should be painted as a black man. So when they tell you the color don't matter, it absolutely does. Because if it didn't, then go ahead and paint Christ the way the Bible said he looked like. A black man with a face that was an appearance of lightning. You got this homosexual everywhere we look with a Roman toga on, with baby blue eyes and wet stringy hair. Come on, man. Throw that garbage away with Martin Luther King, man. Throw that garbage away with Martin Luther King. We don't want to see that. Get that out of our face. It's insulting to us. It's insulting on two different platforms. One, because that's not the color of Christ. Two, that man that is painted as is the man that is the devil that the Bible speaks of. It is our enemy. And I would never worship my enemy, ever. And the Bible teaches us that. Black history. You understand? You understand? The Bible says never trust thine enemy, man. To separate from your enemies. And that's what we gonna do, man. When we separate from our enemies, then guess what? We're gonna have less police brutality, man. Less of these viruses and diseases and illness being spread around. Less abortions. Less lies, man. Less homosexuality. Ain't gonna be no more homosexuality. Like when the Bible says that we are the former of all things, Jacob is the former of all things because we created the microphone. We created, olive oil. We put olive oil together. We put stuff together, created the stoplight and the washing machine and the TV, television and all. You know what our oppressor is the former of? Homosexuality, incest, murder, drug dealing. Like they're the original drug dealers. They're the original gangsters, the original terrorists. That's what they're the formers of. They're the formers of pedophilia and child molestation. That's what they're the formers of. And as soon as we separate from our enemies, we'll be separate from all of those things, man. All right? It's true black history, man. Black history is, none of that is included in black history. So all that stuff that they teaching in the Christian church, following after Martin Luther King, they can keep all of that garbage to themselves. But for those of us who are wise, who do know that we're not free, and that know that we are oppressed, we're going to come in the UPK and learn the truth according to the Bible and separate from our enemies, man. Separate from our enemies. Learn true black history. It's a black man by the name of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach that loved us so much that he told us who the devil was and told us to separate from him, man. That's true black history. True revolutionaries, man. True revolutionaries in this Bible, man. Let's get back to it real quick. I got some more scriptures I want to bring out. But listen about those angels, man. These angels, see, a lot of people think that these angels got these wings and stuff and these 4 faces so they can be able to see all around them, and got 4 wings so they can be able to fly. No, it's not why they got 4 wings. It's not why they have 4 faces. They have 4 faces, they have 4 wings, and they have straight feet, and the soles of their feet is like calves' feet. Why? So they can be frightening. That's why. So that they can be frightening. They want to be as frightening. The Most High wanted them to be as frightening as possible. And that's why he made them like that. He didn't give them wings so they can fly, because they don't need to do that. They don't need the wings to fly. They just want to be a frightening. So when we go in the Wisdom of Solomon 5:2, when it says, when you shall see it, you shall be in great fear. You should be in amaze and in great fear. You're going to be, it's going to be far beyond what you have imagined. That's what it is, because you're going to be looking for these. You're going to be standing there like this with the, weak homosexual look on your face, looking for, damn, what's the guy name? I got to get his name, man. Golly. I got to get his name. I always say him all the time. It's just funnier to me when I say him. What's his name? Robin Williams. They looking for Robin Williams to come out of the sky from Flubber. They looking for him to come out of the sky with all the baby angels. They gonna be all naked, and there's gonna be a beam of light that they're gonna be traveling down in. And you're going to be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Why? Because you're going to be looking up and you're going to see a whole bunch of niggas coming out of the sky. And our oppressors going to lose their damn mind. Like, oh my goodness. What is that? What I say before? God help us all. God help us all. They see them niggas come out of that sky, man. It's going to be a bunch of niggas coming out of the sky. Black angels, a black man, Yahweh Shah. Man, this is going to be 200 million of them, man. They're going to come down here to hunt and kill. You understand? To hunt and kill. And Most High in Christ to that. Why did he want them to be frightening? Because that's just the power of the Lord. Like, this is, like I said, like, when you think about these angels, you got them doing, these angels are the reason why these earthquakes are happening, the reason why these tornadoes are happening. These angels are the ones that the Lord gives the order to go out and kill. You understand? To put someone to death. The angels put Kobe Bryant to death, man. It was the angels. And they come out and when you see them, when they see them angels come out of the sky, that's what they want them to see. He wants them to see them. He don't want them to be attractive and, something to be like, oh, well, maybe they might be, they might be good guys. They might be. No, they want them to be absolutely from the sight of them. Like, no, they're definitely not here to shed love and spread peace and save everybody. Obviously not. These angels are here to kill and to hunt, man. You understand? Like, the angels of the Lord are bad. You understand? Bad. Con out of one, con bad. Like, just like that, flood the earth bad. Just like that, confounding the people and separating them bad. Earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, everything, man. All of these things. The angels of death, man, coming down and, putting people to death, man. These angels are frightening, man. Alright, so we got that out the way. So let's get it. Got like 15 minutes left. But yeah, they waiting for Robin Williams to come out of the sky, man. Robin Williams and the dude from Fast and the Furious that died, the white guy. They looking for him to come out of the sky. He going somebody that everybody loves and adores. Somebody they can say, oh, the time has come. No, they're gonna look up in that sky and they're gonna say, God help us all. God help us all, man. That's some white shit to say right there. God help us all. Alright, so Most High, Kazakh Shapar said, Most High people don't the spirit fear. The heathen does, white man does. I don't really understand that, Kazakh, you know what I mean? But let's see, get back to these scriptures right quick. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 14 and 2. Now, matter of fact, yeah, let's get Jeremiah 14 and 2. We can do that. I want a couple of scriptures I want to get out right quick. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. All right, Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Give me 1 second. All right. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2 says, Judah mourneth. All right, so everybody knows what it means to mourn. When Trayvon Martin was killed, we mourned. When Emmett Till was killed, we mourned. So when there's great tragedy or pain or suffering, you mourn. When there's death, you mourn. You know what I mean? That's what you mourn. So it says Judah mourneth. Judah was one of the sons of Israel. He became one of the tribes of Israel. All right, the tribe of Judah. Okay, Judah mourneth. Now, just to bring y'all up to speed right quick. When we talk about the Jews, right? When we talk about the Jews, we're talking about the people who are descendants of Judah. The word Jew is just an abbreviation or shorter term for for Judah. All right. Again, Jew is the shorter term for Judah. And when we talk about Jews, we're talking about those people who are descendant of Judah, who today are the so-called Negroes. But when we see the Jews today, the Jewish man, they're not Negroes. Because why? Because they're the devil that the Bible speaks of. And they've deceived us and lied to us and stolen our identity. And now we think that they're the real Jews. But truly, the real Jews are in mourning. Are not Negroes in mourning? Are not we the ones being murdered and molested and raped? Our women are getting thrown in vans and put in sex trafficking rings? Are not we the ones that are being sent to war to fight another man's battle, to come home and not be a hero, but to still be a nigga? We're the ones in mourning, man. We're the ones that are filling up those jail cells. We're the ones that are in poverty, that are starving, that are going days and weeks without electricity, that are in the streets homeless. It's us. It's us that are in mourning. They have to watch our parents suffer these illnesses like cancer. Have to watch our children die before we die, man. Have to see our children die. We're the ones in mourning, man. You understand? It says Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. What does that mean? The gates are what? Our protection, our leaders. Nobody puts a gate around the house but for one reason, to protect their home or their estate. But in this case, this gate is metaphoric for leaders. It says our leaders languish, and languish means weak. You understand? Our leaders are weak, and that's why. Because think about it, we have people like Joab in the Bible. Joab led his army to do what? To stand up on the front line for black people, so that those enemies that were outside of our lands didn't come in with their homosexuality, didn't come in with their drugs, didn't come in with their philosophies and ideologies, come in with their, their pedophilia. They didn't come in with their lot. They made Joab and his army fought on the front line for black people to make sure that we were not spoiled, man. That we didn't go bad because of what these other nations were bringing in. But the only leaders like that exist today are in the UPK under Commander General Yohana, and a lot of people say that we are a hate group. But when we talk against these people, we only teach them what the Bible says. And the thing that we're saying, if you would listen and follow, you will be safe from the evils that these people are, these evil people and the evil that they bring. You'll be safe from it. If you listen to what we say, you'll be able to fight those things that you call a lifestyle, which are actually demons that are causing you to be destroyed. You understand? We are the true leaders on the face of the earth, and we are the strong leaders. We are when Joab said, "Be of good courage and let's play the men for our people." That's what we're doing in the UPK. That's what we're doing in the UPK. We are being courageous in the UPK and playing the men for our people. When we're going to send them out to do what? Show our people their transgression, to cry aloud and to spare not. Meaning we don't care about how you're going to feel about the truth. If we tell you this, is because we love you, man. We raise our voice in that anger because we have that voice of that multitude, and we tell you what it is, it's because we love you, man. That's real black power, man. Real black power. And it exists in the UPK, but because our leaders outside of this UPK, that are thousands and millions of them, Creflo Dollars, TD Jakes, Al Sharpton, because they are in leadership, the people mourn, man. Because these people who are Martin Luther King are weak, man. They're weak. In a time where they're supposed to be pushing, these oppressors out of our communities, standing up and rallying up men to push these people out of our communities, to protect us from them. Instead, they're so weak that they join us. They fought to join us with our enemies, man. And because of that, we mourn, man. We mourn. All right? The gates thereof languish, they are black unto the ground. Ooh-wee. That's black history right there. That's about give that scripture a hand, man. This record right here, this scripture I just read to you just now, was what we needed to know that we are God's chosen people, man. We are God's chosen people. We're the ones in mourning. Our leaders are weak. We are black. The Jews are black, man. The chosen people of God are black, man. Talk about Martin Luther King. Why are we going to talk about Martin Luther King? We just found out that God's chosen people are black people, Hispanics and Native Indians. When we talk about Martin Luther King, to hell, we done with that, man. The day of the stepping fetching, water fetching Negro is over, man. That suit and tie stuff is over, man. We need men. We need truth like this, and we need men on the front line with them braids, them boots, and them beards, man. Out there with the garments on, down to the foot. You know what I mean? With the warlike apparel, with the face, with the appearance of lightning, man. When you see us on them corners, we got the microphones, and we blazing, we got our fringes swinging all over the place. We got fringes on the pants, dragging against the ground. That's what we need in leadership right now, man. That's what we need. That's what we need. That's what our forefathers was. When they see men like that, what are they going to say? Oh, damn, we going to stay away from those men. We're going to stay away from them. We're going to leave them alone. That's what your oppressor is going to say, man. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, your oppressor is going to say what? I'm gonna leave them alone. I'm gonna leave them alone. I'm gonna leave their people alone. Better than that, I'm gonna leave their whole people, their entire nation alone, because I don't have to deal with the fury of these men right here. And get a Lord a hand for that, man. Get a Lord a hand for the UPK and the Commander General Yohana, man, for raising up men of war who going to what? Who going to be played for the people of for our people, man. On the front line, to stand in the hedges, to stand in the gap for our people, to be that gate that we need to really protect blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You have to listen to what we're saying. I got one more scripture. Whew, I got a few more, but good night. Let's get this. Let me see. I think this one, besides Songs of Solomon, chapter 1 and 5, where Solomon says, I am black but comely. Solomon said, I am black and beautiful. Comely means beautiful. When you go to Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5, Solomon said, I am black but comely. Comely means beautiful, man. Solomon was a proud black man, just like James Brown. James Brown said, I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. What? Say it what? Like, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud, man. You understand? Like I said, black people. Loud, black, beautiful, extra. Yeah, we extra. You damn right. So what? You understand? No sweat. We get it from our forefathers. We get it from our forefathers, man. Let me get this scripture right quick. I want to leave everybody with this scripture right here, man, because if there's nothing that we learn on this day, pertaining to black history, we should know this right here, man. Black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians are very loving people, very beautiful people. We fight hard, we love hard, we put our all into everything. We are so intelligent, man. We're so creative, and at the end of the day, we are the least of all of the other nations. Like the scriptures say, we are the nation that's undesired. Nobody wants a black man. Everybody wants what a black man has, but nobody wants to be a black man. Everybody wants what we have to offer, but nobody wants to be us. You understand? We are undesired. They'll take the inventions and throw us away. Like I said, they'll take our inventions, put their patents on it, and we'll never, our history will be totally gone. You understand? Just like Beethoven. People like Beethoven. Nobody knows that Beethoven was a black man. How could you not know that Beethoven was a black man? You think somebody was making music on that type of level that was not black? You see what I'm saying? Like when they talk about the king of rock and roll, the king of pop, and they talk about Elvis and some white boy somewhere, you got to be kidding me. Like, come on, man. Shakespeare. You think it wasn't no black man that was writing that level of poetry? Come on, man. This Bible is poetry. This Bible was written by black people. The slangs and the stuff, the metaphors, the parables, the mysteries. You don't understand it because all of those things are slang. It's ebonics. It's how we talk. We call our house a crib. We call our car a whip. You know what I mean? That's how we talk. But nonetheless, we suffer in this place, man. We suffer, we're in poverty, we mourn, we die at early ages, we're infected with diseases, and we're in prison, with false charges, so on and so forth. But I want to leave this with you right here. Let me get Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. Again, everybody like and share this video. We want to make sure everybody sees this video. Black history has to be told the right way. We got to tell our own damn story, man. We got to tell our own stories. No more telling the story that our oppressor wants us to tell, man. Our oppressors want us to talk about Martin Luther King. Goddamn Martin Luther King. We're going to talk about a black man from the tribe of Judah named Jesus Christ that called our oppressor a dog. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. Like I said, black man, Hispanics, and Native Indians, I know it's hard times right now. I know we're suffering. The Lord knows we're suffering. He says, I know thy works. I know your tribulations, and he knows our poverty. But remember this, man. you have brothers here in the ISUPK that will be your companion in tribulation, man. That will be we whatever we have. You know what I mean? If a lot of brothers have a little, we have a lot, man. You understand? So you don't have to starve when it comes to this brotherhood in the UPK. You don't have to be homeless when it comes to this brotherhood in the UPK, in this sisterhood, man. You don't have to be, you don't have to go through things on your own, man. A lot of times because we're in the world and we don't have this level of brotherhood that the Bible and these brothers in this Bible taught us, we don't trust each other. We don't have faith in each other. We don't trust each other. We lie to one another. We fight. And we most of the time are the reason why we hold each other down. You know what I mean? But in the UPK, we have this black history that tells us how to be brothers to one another, how to be sisters to one another, and how to be a nation. You understand? To come together, to gather yourselves together, O nation not desired, to come together and to rule this entire earth. And like I said, even though we're in poverty, even though we're struggling and in the ghettos, the Lord said he knows, but he wants you to know this. You are rich, man. You are rich, black man. You are rich, Hispanics and Native Indians. You are rich. What does that mean that you're rich? There's something that you have, black man, Hispanics and Native Indians, man and woman, that's something that you have that no other nation of people has on the earth, man. Something that you have that's far more valuable than all the land, all of the companies and money and resources, something way more valuable than all of that. What we have is the service of the Most High Power in heaven, man. We have the covenant with the Most High Power in heaven, the services, the blessings, the promises, the laws, the commandments, which is all a very beautiful thing and something that no other nation can say they have. You understand? The white man and his nation, they can have all of the tanks and the army guns and the predator drones, but the Lord will destroy their military. And that's our Father. You understand? The Father of Israel, the God of Israel, which it says numerous of times in the Bible. You understand? These people that have all of this wealth and riches and all that, we have the Spirit of the Lord, man. We have the covenant with the Most High. And that's why I said, if there's anybody that can be saved or have anything, we can get it from the Lord. That's why the scripture says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things shall be given unto you. You don't have to fight and kill. You don't have to sell drugs to pay your rent. Seek the Most High and your rent will get paid. You understand? You don't have to gang bang to have protection. Seek the Most High, you're going to have all the protection that you can need. You can have the protection that has destroyed the Egyptians. You can have the same protection that destroyed Babylon. The same protection that's going to destroy America, man. So no matter what, black man, do it all. Do not let the deception of our oppressor deceive you, and don't let this hell that we're going through cause you to just curl up and just be weak. Be strong knowing what you've learned today in this class. Be strong knowing what you've learned, knowing that you are God's chosen people. You're the greatest people on the face of the earth, and the Most High chose you above all people and said that if you follow his law, statutes, commandments, he'll put you above all nations that are upon the face of the earth, man. And with that, we'll read these announcements. Let me see. Let me get the camera right. Let's log in. Alright, ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, start at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. Alright? They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18. Hold on, Salagi. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8. through 10. Ma'ashara in the Hebrew means tenth. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you're supposed to give to the Treasury Department or your teacher to go towards tithes, all right? Priest funds, which is a free will offering for the priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. We got the cash out for the UPK South Carolina camp. If you want to send any donations, it'll be a blessing. Upcoming holy convocations. Let's see. Of course, the upcoming holy convocations, we let our brothers and sisters know the next holiday that we holy day that we have coming up. You know what I mean? So our brothers and sisters can prepare for it, so they can be in attendance in the closest city that they're in to join the camp, or they can watch online because we'll go live. All right. So the next upcoming holy convocation is Purim. And like I said, Purim is about Esther, what Esther went through, a sister in our history, one of our foremothers. Esther, you know what I mean? We're going to get into it. I ain't going to give you, but I'm going to tell you, if you want to know about it, it's the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. That's Saturday, March 7th and Sunday, March 8th, 2020 of this year. That's when it falls on this year. All right, you can read more about that in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20, all the way to 31. All right, with that, shalom.